Good morning, it's 8:16 here on The Ticket. It's the Musers on a Thursday morning. Gordon's exclusive interview with John Wiley Price coming up at 8:40, and at 8:55 joining us from spring training, Rangers GM John Daniels. Well, for a while, a friend of this show has been David Kunkle. He's the former police chief here in Dallas. He retired, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. And then we all wondered what he would do next. Well, we got that answer about 2 weeks ago when he announced that he was running for mayor of Dallas. And David Kunkle joins us here in studio. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing great.
How long's it been since you retired from police chief?
8 months.
Only 8 months? Gosh.
Yeah, what are you talking about,
I was
Greg?
thinking a year and a half or so.
No, it was May of last year.
Well, you didn't spend much time in retirement. Why the decision to run for mayor?
Well, it was a decision made quickly without a lot of previous thought. But
Those are the best kind.
Actually, in my life, those have been the best kind. So I just felt that I would be the best choice for mayor based on my experience and what I know about the community and personality and all those issues.
It's a real admirable thing when you run for office. We were talking about this earlier, the why involved in it, knowing that no matter what you do, let's say you win, you become the mayor of Dallas, every decision you make, you're going to make somebody mad.
Right. And running for office is a humbling experience, asking people for their support and money, and knowing that frequently you'll be rejected when you do that. It's a very humbling experience.
Have you been doing a lot of begging lately?
Yes. In fact, I have the ticket book that I bought from you guys, so I'm pandering to you right now.
I brought it up here, a ticket book. Not give him money.
The ticket book.
Oh, did you have something else, Gordon?
No, I asked him my question if he'd been begging for money.
Oh, yes. Yeah, every phone call I make, I say, this is David Kunkle, former Dallas police chief. I would like your support and a cash contribution.
And how does that go? What percentage of the time do you get a cash contribution, and what percentage of the time they say, stop prank calling me?
Probably about a third of the time. But you're calling people that generally you know or would know of you. So the hit rate's higher than you would expect.
Have you called Leopard yet and asked him to donate some money?
Not yet.
Okay.
So how did the idea come up? When did it first get brought up, at home or by a friend?
Well, it was people had talked to me when it appeared Mayor Leopard was not going to run, and I rejected it on his face. And then Monday, 2 weeks ago, I gave it consideration and decided to announce on Wednesday without knowing how to file as a candidate or having done any preparatory work on all the stuff you need to do to run for office. And it was really driven by the fact I believe I'll be the best candidate and will win, but also that I have another 4 years to contribute in my life. I'm in good health, and I'm 60 years old, but I think I'll live long enough to have another chapter to contribute.
You think you'll live long enough?
I think I'll live long enough. Yeah, that's the operative issue. If I don't, then I will have regretted this decision.
Well, you look like you're in good health. You haven't ballooned up since you've been out of the commissionership.
I see him running all the time. You know, he's a demon runner. He really is.
You haven't let yourself go like Leopard did when he got in office. Didn't he gain like about 100 pounds?
Yeah, it was 150, I think.
All right, so I guess you could spend as much as you want, but generally, how much do you have to spend when you go into the running for mayor? How much do you have to spend on your campaign?
The last mayor spent a little bit over $2 million. Wow, that's what I say.
Do you have that laying around?
No, I'm thinking in this race there'll be the other candidates will probably spend over $1 million. I believe I can accomplish as much with about $250,000, which is still a lot of money to raise.
Yeah. How many other candidates are on the ballot right now?
Well, there's two other guys that are have filed for office, and there may be more because there's some more time to file.
Okay.
So we got Natinsky, he's running, right?
Yes.
And then Hunt says that she's not running.
Correct.
And then does anybody else jump in that scares you?
They don't scare me, but Mike Rawlings is running. I'm ready for a good campaign.
All right, so you are now 8 months removed from being the chief of police. Now, Gordon says that you're a different person because you used to hide behind that badge.
That's not true. These guys are making it up, trying to cause an uncomfortable moment between us, Chief, and I'm not going to put up with it.
What has life been like as a civilian?
Well, it was good. I worked on my running time, riding my bike, walking my dogs, going to the gym, reading more, and seeing how many national parks I could hit.
See, and that sounds great, but now you want to invite the heartache of being mayor?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
You had the perfect life.
Well, I did have the perfect life, and I wasn't bored, but I did feel this desire to contribute one more time.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think needs to be done? I mean, what's your big cause for this city, do you think?
My big cause is to reorientate and focus more on basic city services. I live a block and a half up in Lower Greenville in a inner city neighborhood like Junior does. We live in the same neighborhood, and I just like to see our streets better, our sanitation, code enforcement, and it's going to be hard to do over the next 4 years because there's probably going to be diminishing revenues each year, so it's going to be...
Yeah, Leopard's running dry. I don't think there's anything left.
Stop that.
Yeah, it's a very, very tall task. I would not want to be mayor because when I think of, okay, I'm going to list the problems in a city, and there are a lot of great things about this city, there's no doubt, I wouldn't know where to start. I mean, it's a tough task. And so your campaign is let's...
Get back to basics.
Get back to basic, reboot, if you will.
Yes. Yeah, there have been a lot of really big, nice, defining projects built in the city over the last couple of years, and all the big ones that I can really think of are in place, and now's the time to reorientate the city's budget and attention to basic city services.
I did like something that you said when you announced, and that is, I've been in every neighborhood in Dallas, and not many candidates can say that. And I think there is something to that. You've talked with the people and walked the streets in every single neighborhood.
You do, and you go from worlds where one night you may be meeting with the Stonewall Democrats in the Oak Lawn area, the next night a Republican Women's Club in Lake Highlands, and both of them are equally important as far as having their service needs met and having a city that responds to what they want.
I want to hear how you service the Stonewall Democrats. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I knew that comment would bring out a childish reaction.
Yeah, no, it's all a childish
brushback pitch from the Kunkle.
Do you like your gig? No, I'm sorry. I wasn't going to say
George,
that.
we weren't going to bring that up.
Well, I didn't know what to say after.
He's trying to distance from that.
I had a really good point. Are you a Republican or Democrat? What are you?
You know, I'm asked that all the time, and the race is bipartisan, and I always tell people I'm a P1, and when I do, I get the thumbs up.
That may be better. Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah, that political party unites all of us around a common set of values and philosophies.
That's a smart move.
Yeah. So you refuse to answer that question.
Well, it's irrelevant. I've been both Republican and Democrat.
You voted both ways at different times.
Have other police chiefs, former police chiefs, had pretty good success doing this?
Yeah,
have there been many other examples of it?
Yeah, right now the mayor of San Diego is a former police chief. The mayor of Miami-Dade, which is a similar size jurisdiction, is a former police chief. The former mayor of Houston, 2 times back, was their police chief, and San Francisco and Philadelphia and other cities.
Have you talked to them?
Some.
Yeah.
They tell you not to do it?
Say go back, don't do it?
They say I'm not giving you any money.
So speaking of money, I do have a request out to the P1 Nation.
All right.
Okay, I want them all to unite around a common cause, my campaign, to check my website, davidkunkle.com, and send $13.10.
Oh, there you go.
That's the amount you're looking to raise?
Exactly.
davidkunkle.com.
Yeah, because you're kind of up against big hitters, and they're going to they have more funds than you do.
Well, they do, and that's the reason I was rereading the ticket book.
Don't waste your time reading that book when you're faced with leading one of the biggest cities in our nation.
It was actually inspirational how a group of misfits could come together and create greatness.
And we're still misfits, though.
Yeah.
But we're still misfits. Okay, so we've already talked about it. You came from a can't-win job of being the police chief. Now you're going for the other can't-win job of being Dallas mayor. You're going to invite tons of scrutiny in your personal life, in your past. Not that you haven't already experienced a lot of that. But are there any skeletons in your closet you'd like to reveal now, just to get them out of the way?
Not on the ticket.
Oh, okay.
I'll find a better venue with my skeleton.
But we have more fun with skeletons than anybody else, Chief.
This is David Kunkle joining us here in studio. He's running for mayor of Dallas. Do you miss being a cop? Do you miss wrestling down bad guys and hitting them with the butt of your pistol and just beating them up? You miss that?
Well, the last time I did that was about 1975, so it's been going a long, long time. I was in management for a very long time as a police person.
Did you ever shoot your gun? In like a situation?
Not in a real situation, in a training situation.
You never killed a man in cold blood?
Never.
Just for snoring?
No.
Okay.
Were you equipped with various weaponry like nunchucks and throwing stars and things like that? Or just a gun and a nightstick?
So we figured you being the chief, you would have like access to everything. Like if I was the chief of police Dallas, I would be in that SWAT tactical room, whatever equipment closet, wearing night vision all the time.
All the cool stuff.
I mean, throwing stars, anything. I'd have it all at all times.
Yeah, you would be the shortest serving chief, Gordo. You would.
All right, when you were on the beat, did you ever have to? What's the worst thing you were ever a part of, as far as like trying to arrest someone? The worst bad guy.
One of the things I most remembered was right on Fort Worth Avenue when you cross over from downtown, and it was a mobile home park, and getting in a big fight with a guy. And another big fight was at a what's called the old theater at what used to be the traffic circle at Harry Hines and Northwest Highway. And
like fisticuffs?
Yeah, people just grab you and try to pummel you, and when you're 5'7", 140 pounds, and
you take out the baton.
Sometimes.
Wow. Did you hit him in the trachea with it?
Never in the trachea.
Cut off their arm?
Never.
Or did you just start screaming?
Start screaming and run?
What about the taser? You never used that, though. That was technology, I guess, before that came along after your time on the streets.
Yeah, no tasers. They teach you when you become a cop to get an attitude that you're going to win and that people shouldn't confront you. Normally that gets you through everything you confront.
Hey, why don't you confront him with your theory on good cop, bad cop?
What?
What about that attitude?
Yeah, I hate the bad cop attitude. I'm not talking about good cop, bad cop in interrogation, but when someone pulls you over, a cop pulls you over, and you're complying with all his requests, why would that cop still be a jerk to you? You're one of the citizens who's complying with him, yes sir, no sir, all that sort of thing. Why would he still act pissed off at you?
No, he shouldn't. But you get different people, different personalities, and even the good guys who don't normally do it sometimes have bad days, but they should treat everybody as nice as they can.
Why do I always run into the ones who are having bad days? It's amazing.
You look like a suspect, I think is the deal. They're trying to keep that cop upper hand attitude on you.
Are you support the Trinity River Project? Were you behind that thing? Thumbs up on that? Or are you iffy on it?
I'm iffy on it. I don't have a position until I get access to all the information on it, but I'm iffy on it.
Talk right into that mic. We can barely hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah,
much better. There you go.
It sounds like you're trying to dodge the question that Gordon asked.
So you're iffy on that. What about some other city issues? You in support of what Angela Hunt's done there down with Lower Greenville and getting the special permit thing passed through to stay open after hours?
Yes, that is my neighborhood where I live, so I see the problems that have developed and allow better tools to deal with the problem bars in that area.
What about South Dallas? Now, this is the big thing. Usually, the person who wins mayor is the person who can capture that North Dallas rich corridor between Preston and Hillcrest, that golden corridor up there. That's the person who wins. You're going to get support from South Dallas.
I believe I will. I have a lot of friends and people I've worked with in South Dallas and people that are going to be working on my campaign, and I think I'll get a lot of votes, and I wouldn't be surprised if I don't win South Dallas.
Ooh, boy, that's a bold claim. He's issued a challenge right here.
Hey, they were taught to be confident, right? Back at the police academy?
Yes.
Now, George, do you want to bounce your theory about cops off of
what's that?
Former Chief Kunkle, that they all eat too many donuts?
What?
That's what you brought up several times on the show.
You've never heard me say that, have you?
Well, no offense, George, but you can't take the high road on that.
Well, I know. So why would I? Why would I say something about that?
But what do you mean? You do say that all the time. He's heard you make jokes about cops and donuts.
He has not. I can't really remember doing that in the last week, at least.
Yeah, okay. He's got us there. All right, so the website is davidkunkle.com. Right. DavidKunkle.com, looking for $13.10 in donations from each P1. Want to win the P1 boat. And best of luck to you. I'm sure we'll hear from you again. Hit the campaign trail hard, and good luck.
Thank you, guys.
David Kunkle joining us here in studio.
Perhaps leaving. Look how regal.
Perhaps the next mayor of Dallas.
Look at the entourage.